Half Tilt is the game of fantasy jousting, where teams of knights face off in search of honor, glory, and unimaginable riches. The Knight card. Each knight has their own knight card, which contains all the rules to use them in the tilt yard. Here you'll find the knight's renown, jousting skill, glory, endurance, allocation boxes, traits, both generic and unique, and keywords. Taking a look at Sir Roxburgh's card here, you'll see that he is one of the higher renowned knights in the starter set, but oh boy does he have the skill to back it up. In the allocation boxes, you will find information telling you what abilities your knight possesses when it comes to making rolls. Which brings us to action checks. While playing Half Tilt, your knight will be required to make various action checks. To do this, they will roll the dice that have been allocated to an allocation box. More on this later. Here, Sir Roxburgh is rolling 5 dice. He selects one of the dice to be a base score. Then, for each other dice that rolled a 3 to 5, he gets 1 success. Any 1s and 2s are discarded as failures. Finally, by adding together the dice you selected, the number of successes, and the modifier shown in the allocation box for the test being rolled, you receive your final score for that test. These scores are then compared against your opponent's score to see what happens during the game. Some knights have symbols in their allocation boxes. An arrow shows the knight may re-roll a dice during that action check, while a dice symbol shows they may add 1 dice to that roll for free. Ploy Cards. Inside your starter box, you'll find a deck of Ploy Cards. This deck is shared between both players. It can include as many cards as you wish, but only 1 of each. Each card is broken down into triggers, requirements, and outcomes, which detail when a card can be played, the terms for its use, and how it changes the joust. At the start of the turn, each player draws until they're holding 3 Ploy Cards. These cards can either be played or used to stoke the crowd. At the end of the turn, a player can discard any unwanted Ploy Cards. To play a Ploy Card, players must announce the trigger of the card they want to use when it is met. Their opponent may then play a Ploy Card with the same trigger if they have one. Once all cards have been played, resolve any outcomes listed. It's worth noting that each player can only play 1 card with the same trigger each turn.